All right, we're going to move to South Jersey Group 2 quarterfinals where we've got two local teams playing. The first one is Bridgeton, the 5th seed. They're 6-3. They're traveling to Cinnaminson, who's 6-2, the 4th seed. Bridgeton has had its ups and downs this season. Started off with that huge win against St. Joe in the first game of the season. We thought maybe, hey, this might be a chance for them to really assert themselves in the National Conference. But they had a couple other games that we thought maybe they should have won and didn't. So how does this play out for the Bulldogs heading into a playoff game?
Well, this is a 5-4 game. Bridgeton's the 5 seed. Cinnaminson the 4 seed. So the seeds are that close. Anything could happen. Like you mentioned, Bridgeton beat St. Joe to start the season, and that win kind of propelled them into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Without that win, it'd be interesting to see where they would have ended up. These two teams very similar. Both favor the run. Bridgeton has Mike Cicero, leads the Cape Atlantic League in rushing. I believe he has more than 1,409 yards. Cinnaminson relies on Eric Riley, one of the top runners in South Jersey himself. Cinnaminson, 6-2, 9 points away from being undefeated. Undefeated against public schools this year. Their only 2 losses are to parochial schools. Kind of a toss-up game. Two similar teams out there. Both favor the run. It's going to come down to, if Bridgeton needs to stop Riley and Cinnaminson's running game and, get Cicero going on the offensive end of the field. If Bridgeton does that, they have a chance to win the game. Yeah,
we've talked about Cicero quite a few times this year as one of the more exciting players in not only just probably the Cape Atlantic League, but in South Jersey, right. I would say. But there's another guy on defense who's really, making people look on Rashawn Smith there for Bridgeton. I mean, he's obviously got to be key for the Bulldogs in this game.
Yeah, he's Division I prospect, 120 tackles this season. So, if I know anything about Bridgeton, Rashawn Smith's probably going to have his eye on Riley, right. Eric Riley of Cinnaminson the whole time. Good thing about Bridgeton, though, is this is their 4th or 5th straight playoff appearance. They lost last year to Buter in the quarterfinals. So if they can get a win here and get to the semifinals, it would be another step forward for Bridgeton, which has really become a solid program,
sure.
A program that's in the playoffs year after year.
Yeah, consistently turning into a team that, and they took a step this year by beating one of the parochial schools in Cal, and they are. You're right. They're starting to really.
And
build
their other
there.
losses, they lose to St. Augustine, who's 8-0. They lose to Holy Spirit, who's 6-2, and they lose to Highland, who's 5-3.
I think that was the one game, maybe when I mentioned at the beginning of the year that, looking back, we thought maybe they might have a shot.
Right, and that game was a little early in the season. Now you look back at it, Highland, had a kind of a rebuilding year, kind of renaissance under a first-year coach. Name escapes me right now because they're over there in Camden County. We don't really cover them that much, but right. they had a better than expected year. So at the time Bridgeton lost that game, it was kind of like, what happened
right.
to Bridgeton? They give Highland some credit. They're in the midst of a good season.
Sure.
So Bridgeton kind of, they beat St. Joe, and then they beat the teams that everybody thought they were going to beat, and they lost to the ones that that they thought they were going to lose to. But here's a chance Friday night where they can really, elevate their season from a good season into a very good season. Good season making the playoffs. They win a playoff game, becomes a very good season. They almost play with, they almost go into the next game, the semifinals, which would probably be against top-seeded Delsea Regional with nothing to lose.
Right.